Bakbakan Kali Semiotics. Article by instructor Vagelis Zorbas. In Filipino martial arts, symbols are never merely decorative. They are often visual expressions of philosophy, history, and identity. The sabong emblem of Bakbakan Kali is one such symbol, rich in meaning, deeply rooted in Filipino warrior culture, and reflective of the principles that guide the practitioner both in training and in life. At first glance, the Bakbakan Kali emblem is striking and powerful. But beyond its visual impact lies a carefully crafted representation of balance, combat readiness, inner control, and the enduring spirit of the Filipino warrior. The word Bakbakan is a Filipino term that refers to a fight, battle, or combat encounter. In the context of the martial arts, it conveys more than physical confrontation. It represents the crucible where skill, courage, discipline, and character are tested. The name itself reflects the direct, practical, and combat-oriented nature of the art. Bakbakan Kali was never meant to be ornamental or theatrical. It was built around realism, function, and the preservation of effective Filipino warrior traditions. This spirit is embodied in the organization and teachings shaped by Master Reynaldo S. Galang, who officially named and registered Bakbakan, and who also created its well-known double phoenix symbol and the motto, Matira Matibay. The double phoenix, balance through opposites. One of the most profound features of the Bakbakan emblem is the presence of two phoenix birds, arranged in a manner reminiscent of a yin-yang symbol. This is not accidental. The design expresses the reality that all true martial development involves the harmonizing of opposites. Each phoenix represents both positive and negative aspects, not in a moral sense alone, but in the natural dualities of combat and human nature, aggression and restraint, force and control, destruction and renewal, offense and defense, intensity and calm. Like the yin-yang concept, the birds suggest that opposites are not enemies, rather, they complete one another. A martial artist must understand both sides. To be capable of violence yet governed by discipline. To be fierce in combat yet composed in spirit. To know when to advance and when to yield. The phoenix itself is also a powerful symbol. It represents rebirth, transformation, and rising through adversity. In martial arts, this speaks to the practitioner's journey, being forged through hardship, pressure, training, failure, and experience, only to emerge stronger, sharper, and more resilient. The logo is enclosed within an outer border of four joined circular areas embodying the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. This boundary represents an endless arena for the perpetual struggle between good and evil, the continuous variations of combat, and the never-ending conflict within the human spirit. The circle at the center, the eye of the storm. At the center of the emblem is a small circle, subtle yet deeply significant. It may be understood as the eye of the storm. This central point symbolizes the essential martial principle that one must remain peaceful even in the middle of conflict. A real fighter cannot afford panic, emotional instability, or uncontrolled anger. In the chaos of a violent encounter, the trained practitioner must become like the calm center of a storm, still, aware, collected, and capable of making clear decisions under pressure. This idea reflects one of the highest truths in martial arts. The goal is not to become ruled by violence, but to remain centered within it. To be peaceful in a fight does not mean passive. It means mentally settled, emotionally disciplined, and spiritually anchored. In this sense, the center of The emblem reminds the practitioner that true power is not wildness, it is control. Philosophically, this central point dictates that a practitioner must remain peaceful and mentally settled even in the chaos of conflict. It serves as a reminder that true power is not found in emotional wildness, but in the disciplined control of the center. The colors of the emblem and the Philippine flag. In its colored version, the Bakbakan emblem is traditionally divided with red on the upper half and blue on the lower half. These colors are taken directly from the flag of the Philippines, linking the emblem to national identity, heritage, and the warrior history of the Filipino people. This color arrangement carries an especially meaningful message. Under normal conditions, the Philippine flag is displayed with blue above red, symbolizing a nation in times of peace. However, uniquely among national flags, when the Philippines is in times of war, the flag may be flown upside down, with red above blue. According to the official Gazette of the Republic of the Philippines, the flag is displayed with the red field uppermost, in time of war. This is precisely the arrangement echoed in the Bakbakan emblem, red above, blue below. The meaning is clear and unapologetic. As a martial art, Bakbakan stands ready for war. This does not imply recklessness or a desire for conflict. Rather, it reflects the mindset of preparedness. A martial art exists to prepare the individual for the harsh realities of violence, danger, and survival. The emblem therefore acknowledges a truth long understood by warriors. Peace is best protected by those who are capable of defending it. In this way, the emblem balances the central peaceful circle with the war-ready colors, another reminder that the martial path requires both calmness and readiness. The warrior and the scholar. The red phoenix represents the warrior or martial artist, while the blue phoenix represents the scholar or man of peace. The eye of the opposite. Crucially, the eye of each phoenix is the color of its opposite image. This illustrates the presence of the and quote, man of peace and quote, within the warrior, and vice versa. The embryo of states. In black and white versions, the white phoenix represents good and the black represents evil. The eyes symbolize the and quote, embryo and quote, of the other state, a reminder that man cannot achieve a perfect state and must work within a circle of cyclic revolution and dynamism. Beyond the philosophical balance of aggression and restraint, the logo is a masterclass in technical representation, with every curve illustrating a specific combat discipline within the Bakbakan curriculum. The wings and feather tips. These provide an accurate illustration of the bagsak, salok, and sima techniques of Kali illustrismo. The wide calimpio movements are evident from wingtip to wingtip, as are the lengua de fuego techniques of the Tulisan knife fighting system. The claws, represented in the tiger crane style, these were acquired from affiliate kung fu schools and integrated into the Bakbakan fighting arts. The middle silhouette, the space formed between the two phoenixes, creates a subtle letter, S, heralding the Sagasa kickboxing system, an integrated system originally developed by Dr. Guillermo Lengson. Traditional meaning. The fighting cock characterizes the life and death stakes of hand-to-hand combat, where there can be only one victor. It is a traditional symbol for vigilance and the warrior's constant state of readiness. The Tatak Bungo, or and quat, death's head and quat, emblem, is a prestigious symbol within Bakbakan International, reserved exclusively for the organization's most senior and proven members. Its design features a skull, a visual artifact inspired by the flags and symbols of the Katipunan revolutionary fighters who fought for Philippine independence. Within the Bakbakan hierarchy, bearing this logo is in indication that the martial artist has reached a pinnacle of proficiency, having successfully proven themselves as the best of the best and in the crucible of full contact combat. Rit serves as a mark of a seasoned warrior whose skill, loyalty, and dedication have been tested and tempered over time. Beyond its status as a rank indicator, the emblem carries profound philosophical weight centered on the reality of human existence. The skull, or bungo, serves as a memento mori, a stark reminder of man's mortality and the inherent vanity of pursuing worldly possessions or ego-driven glory. This skull is intentionally enclosed within a triangle, representing the triune God or a divine higher power. This specific geometry conveys that even the most formidable fighter must learn to control their pride and submit their strength to wisdom, discipline, and a higher moral purpose. It teaches that true mastery is not merely the ability to overcome an opponent, but the humility to understand one's own fragility and place within the divine plan. Matira Matibe, the enduring warrior. Few mottos capture the essence of Filipino martial culture as strongly as Matira Matibe. This phrase is often understood to mean, only the strong endure, or let the strongest survive. It is a statement of resilience, grit, and uncompromising spirit. In Bakbakan Kali, strength is not measured only by physical power. True strength is shown in perseverance through hard training, loyalty to one's teachers and brothers, courage under pressure, the humility to keep learning, and the will to continue after hardship. Matira Matibe is not simply a slogan. It is a standard. It reminds the practitioner that the path of martial arts is not for the weak-minded, the impatient, or the superficial. It is for those willing to be tested, refined, and tempered. This motto aligns perfectly with the symbolism of the phoenix, to endure fire and emerge stronger. A symbol of Filipino warrior identity. The Bakbakan Kali emblem ultimately represents more than a school or system. It is a visual philosophy. Rit expresses the essence of the Filipino warrior arts, combat realism, balance through opposites, inner calm amid conflict, readiness in times of war, resilience through adversity, loyalty to heritage and legacy. Through its double phoenix design, central stillness, and national colors, the emblem reminds every practitioner that martial arts are not merely about technique. They are about the shaping of the individual, mind, body, and spirit, into something stronger, more disciplined, and more complete. The Bakbakan Kali emblem stands as a symbol of this journey. A symbol of the warrior who can fight, yet remain peaceful. Who can endure pressure, yet remain unbroken. Who can enter the storm, yet remain at its center. It represents the essence of the Filipino warrior. Combat realism, the balancing of opposites, and inner calm amid conflict. It is a journey of shaping the individual, mind, body, and spirit, into something stronger and more disciplined. In the cultural framework of Bakbakan International, iconography functions as a complex mnemonic system, distilling the organization's metaphysical and tactical ethos into precise visual markers. These symbols, the sabong and the tatak bungo, do not merely represent membership, they serve as ontological maps, charting the practitioner's transition from the chaos of combat to the discipline of the warrior scholar, and I. The sabong, dialectical tension, and the endless arena, and the sabong logo, alternatingly interpreted as fighting cocks, and or the double phoenix, and operates through a series of dialectical oppositions. It is an official mandate worn by all members, functioning as a constant visual prompt for the mastery of internal and external conflict. The geometry of spatial permanence. The logo is bounded by 4 intersecting circles representing the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. Analytically, this and quat, endless arena and quat, suggests that the struggle for mastery is not an isolated event but a permanent condition of human existence. The boundary creates a closed system, where the variations of combat are infinite yet contained within the discipline of the art. The symbiosis of the opposite. The most sophisticated element of the sabong is the inclusion of the and quat, I and quat, of the opposite color within each phoenix. In the colored version, the red phoenix, the warrior, and the blue phoenix, the scholar, are held in tension, not antagonism. The presence of the blue eye in the red bird illustrates a critical martial principle. The capacity for violence is invalid without the restraint of the scholar. Cyclic dynamism. In its monochromatic form, the logo mirrors the yin-yang philosophy. By framing the white, good, and black, evil, phoenixes as containing the and quat, embryo and quat, of their opposite, Bakbakan acknowledges the impossibility of a and quat, perfect state, and quat. Instead, it emphasizes or and quat, cyclic revolution and quat, a continuous process of maturation where one rises from the and quat, ashes and quat, of their own limitations. 2. The tatak bungo, memento mori and seniority. While the sabong emphasizes movement and life, the tatak bungo, death's head, introduces a sobering fixation, restricted to senior members who have proven their efficacy in and quat, free for all and quat, combat. This emblem shifts the focus from the process of training to the consequence of the path. Historical and political anchoring. The use of the skull is a direct visual link to the Katipunan revolutionary fighters. By adopting this artifact, Bakbakan aligns its senior practitioners with a specific lineage of Filipino resistance, imbuing the rank with historical gravity rather than mere athletic achievement. The geometry of submission. The skull is encased within a triangle symbolizing the triune god. This serves as a and quat, harsh reminder and quat, of the vanity of worldly possessions and the inevitability of mortality. Analytically, the senior emblem acts as a check against the ego. It suggests that the closer a practitioner gets to mastery, symbolized by the death's head, the more they must submit to wisdom and a divine plan, transitioning from the and quat, dynamic circle and quat, of the phoenix to the and quat, fixation and quat, of the skull. 3. Matira Matibe, the holistic standard of endurance. The motto surrounding the senior emblem, Matira Matibe, and quat, only the strong endure and quat winking face, is frequently misinterpreted through a lens of simple physical survival. However, within the Bakbakan framework, and quat, strength and quat, is a multi-dimensional standard applied to 3 specific spheres: professional life, excellence in one's vocation; fraternal life, loyalty and integrity within the organization; domestic life, moral leadership within the family. This holistic application suggests that martial proficiency is merely the and quat, glorifying testimony and quat, to a much deeper strength of faith and character. The motto transforms the emblem from a martial badge into a beacon for daily conduct. IV. Conclusion. The body as a semiotic extension. The analysis of these symbols concludes with the understanding that for the Bakbakan practitioner, the language of The warrior is not limited to the spoken word. As noted by anthropologist Marcel Mauss, cultures store a vast portion of collective thought in symbolic body gestures. In Filipino martial arts, these gestures, the physical and quat, issuance of a challenge and quat, or a greeting, serve as a non-verbal extension of the logos. The emblems on the uniform and the movements of the body form our unified semiotic system, a professional, disciplined, and deeply philosophical approach to the art of survival. In the end, the true measure of a warrior is not found in the fury of the battle, but in the stillness of the spirit that survives it. To walk the path of Bakbakan is to embrace the fire of transformation, finding the calm center within the chaos, and proving that while many may fight, only the resilient truly endure. Matira Matibe.